What's going on, everybody? This is Crystal Swirls. The name of this video is Why Black Males Fat Shame Black Women and Not Becky. Well, I want to begin off by saying, first of all, it's no secret that more than half, it's said to be between 60 to 80% of black women are overweight or obese. So that basically means that the majority of black women are overweight or obese, just like I said. And it seems that black men only fat shame black women. I've heard black men say stuff like, oh, black women need to lose weight, they need to take better care of themselves. That is true. But at the same damn time, how come he doesn't say this about Becky? And you know, black men swirl out at 3 to 4 times the rate of black women. And I have yet to hear somebody speak on why there are so many Tyrones walking around with these obese Beckys. Why? And you can't sit there and tell me if Tyrone or the black man has a problem with black women being overweight or obese. You can't sit there and tell me that they are okay with Becky being that way. Now, what we need to do is examine why this Negro has no problem with Becky being obese or overweight, but he has a problem with black women being that way. I think it's because Becky, number one, is his meal ticket. Most of these Beckys that you see that are overweight, they are paying for the dick. Yes, it is true. Either that or they're not asking the black male that they're with, they're not asking him for much. So he's pretty much getting a free ride. My second reason for why black males fat shame black women and not Becky is because they are colorist. They worship white women. They feel grateful that Becky is giving her time of the day to him. They're grateful. And don't you realize that if Becky was to lose some weight and get on top of her A game, don't you realize she would have more options, which most likely would not include his dusty ass, the black male's dusty ass. So a lot of these obese Beckys, they run around not even trying to lose weight because they know that there's always going to be some thirsty Negro sniffing behind them, hoping to get with them. So, you know, Becky's true nature is coming out because in the 80s, many Beckys were starving themselves. They were doing aerobics. They were dieting. They were doing whatever they had to do to keep their weight in check. Now it just seems like because she knows that Tyrone is such a bottom feeder and that he'll fuck anything, she realizes now that she doesn't have to put in that kind of work to please a broke ass. Most of the time they're broke if they're with these obese Beckys. Let's just be honest about this. She doesn't want to have to go above and beyond for a broke ass Negro that basically he's not bringing anything to the table that's worth her being uncomfortable on a diet. He's not bringing anything to the table like that. So obese Becky doesn't give a damn what the black male says to black women because he is not saying it to her. He's kissing Becky's ass. You know, most of these obese Beckys pay most of the bills, or they're quick to do the 50-50 thing. When a black woman is fat shame by black men. It is an attempt to drag down her self-esteem and make us seem undesirable to other races of men. And also, there are a lot of obese Tyrones. Let's not be biased here. There's a lot of black men that have weight issues as well. Obesity is an American problem. And you never hear black men talk about their obesity rates. So, if you're going to come out of your face and fat shame somebody, you better be prepared to address everybody that is overweight or obese. You don't just pick on black women and not acknowledge that you yourself has a weight problem, black males, and also your white Beckys have a weight problem. But you notice that these dusty Tyrones, they never mention obese Becky. Never. Because they don't want to piss Becky off. They don't want Becky to come to her senses and make him get a job or a better paying job. They don't want Becky to say, you know what, I'm taking you to child support court. Fuck you, nigga. I don't need you. They want to keep having sex with Becky. And they also know that Becky will not tolerate a man that's trying to fat shame her into being thin. During the 80s, when a white woman was obese or overweight, they busted their ass to get the weight off. They did aerobics classes. They went to gyms like Jack LaLanne. They dieted. They did whatever they had to do to stay small. But now these obese Beckys, they know that the black male is desperate and that he'll settle for anything. That's why you see so many of them with black males. And when you do see them, they're overweight. They look sloppy. They're not anything to write home about. So I just thought I'd make this video to address that question that so many black women seem to have these days. How come he's only picking on black women who are overweight or obese? And he don't say nothing about these fat ass Beckys that are strolling around Walmart with Tyrone and their biracial kids. Nobody says anything to obese Becky. So I just wanted to point that out. This is Crystal Swirls. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you on my next video.